What are you doing, Morty? Why is your foot on Gunner's butt? Hmm? Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to this week's weekly vlog. It is 6:22 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to go on the bus to my new job. I have a mixture of emotions. I'm quite nervous. I'm excited. My brain can't decide which one to be more happy about. So just basically getting ready to go. I'm getting the bus at like 7:15. I don't start till 8, but I've never caught the bus up there before, so I want to make sure that I'm there in plenty of time. And I know that there's someone in the office from 7, so even if I'm early, it's gonna be a-okay. But yeah, today is the start of a new adventure. It still feels really weird that I am not going to the office that I've been going to for a year and a half. That is quite a bizarre concept. It's also a bizarre concept that I'm not going to be working with my sister anymore. And that my dad's not away to come and pick me up, because my dad used to pick me up and take me to work. So it's bizarre that that's not happening. And we used to do, well, I'm speaking as if it was ages ago, but we would do like, there's a quiz thing that comes on the radio, and it's like 10 questions in the morning, and like we would sit and do them in the morning. And I'm really gonna miss that. And I don't listen to the radio any other point, so that's probably the end of that quizzes for me. But yeah, I am just getting ready. I've been up since 5:30, so I've given myself plenty of time, and it's actually quite nice having this extra time in the morning instead of, I got so into the habit of like getting up and sleeping longer and then having less time to get ready, and then it was really stressful. But now I've had like a cup of tea, and I've not had any breakfast though. I am quite hungry, but I don't want to rock the boat and eat anything just now, just in case, because I don't want my tummy to go funny. So we're just not having breakfast yet. We'll have breakfast later on. And I've got my lunch all sorted. I don't even know if they've got a microwave. I presume they've got a microwave. But yeah, I am just a way to go out the door just shortly. But I wanted to come on and document how it feels right now, and then maybe document how it feels when I come home. But it's 6:25, so I need to get a move on. I've still got plenty of time, but I need to walk to the bus stop, and then once I get off the bus, I have to do a little bit of walking, and I think the weather is a bit atrocious outside, so I need appropriate footwear. But yes, good morning and welcome. Hello, my beautiful people. Where did the week go? It's Friday evening. I have filmed little clips during this week, but it has been very low on clips because this was my first week at my new job and I'm just so tired. I've had a lot of information taken, and this new job requires me to get on the bus, which is a massive anxiety of mine, and I've managed to do it all week. Apart from on the Monday, my worst fear in the world happened and I missed my stop and ended up lost in the area that I work in. And I was like a 40-minute walk away from where I was meant to be, and I was going to be late. And basically I phoned my new boss, and my new boss came and picked me up, which was amazing and absolutely lovely. But it was such an anxious, terrible, terrible time, and it did not feel like a great start to a new job. So yeah, it wasn't a great start to the week, but as the week progressed, it got a lot better, so that was good. I have managed to read a little bit today. I'm still reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I've read for about an hour. I think I'm about 45% of the way through that now. I changed from, I was reading it physically, I changed it to the Kindle purely because it's easier to pull the Kindle out of my bag than it is humping my book out. So I'm going to predominantly be reading more on my Kindle when I'm going to work. Another cool thing is my bus gets me to work like 40 to 50 minutes before I'm meant to start, and my new workmates just totally understand that I'm a reader and just allow me to just sit and read my book in peace and quiet, which is like an unwritten rule that some people just don't seem to understand, but these people do. The people I work with are so lovely. I feel so comfortable and feel like I fit in there already, and that's wild after a week because I am not great in social situations, especially with people I don't know, and especially when you're trying to impress people, because obviously you're starting a new job and you're trying your best and try to figure everything out, and it's really stressful and anxiety driven. And this week I've been coming home from work and just been sitting in front of the TV after I've had my dinner and just trying to just watch stuff and not use my brain at all because it's been very overwhelming and change is very difficult for me. So yeah, it's been a lot, but it's Friday night, which means it's the weekend, and that means I can pick up more of the vlog and also get more reading done. So it's currently 8:10 at night. Daniel and I are actually away go play Scrabble together because we both really enjoy board games, and he's been asking me to play Scrabble with him for absolutely ages. So tonight I have said yes, we can play Scrabble, so we are going to play that together. And then I'm probably going to have an early night because I'm still pretty tired. I've been getting up at 5, half 5 every morning, which is a little bit earlier than I would usually, but I've been giving myself more time in the mornings. So I basically am giving myself like an hour and 20 minutes before I need to leave the house, so I'm not leaving the house in a faff, already anxious, already stressed, before I then got on the bus, which is already a stressful situation. Sorry, I've just got something in my eye hole. That's annoying. But yes, this weekend's reading plans, I want to finish Before the Coffee Gets Cold, the first in the series. So far, I'm enjoying it. I've heard a lot of people love it, but I wouldn't say it's my favourite ever book that I've read. But it's good. It's sitting at maybe like a 3.5 currently. I'm on the second story, so it's like 4 different stories. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is based on a cafe, and this cafe has the magical ability of being able to take you into the past, and there's rules that go along with it. So there's certain things that you can't do when you go there, and you basically get a cup of coffee, and before the coffee gets cold you have to come back or there's serious consequences that happen. So it's a really cool concept. I am enjoying it, but I think I left it too long in between when I started it, because I started it last week and didn't touch it for like 5 or 6 days. So I think I'm going to enjoy it more now that I'm going to binge the rest of that tomorrow morning. I think I've only got about 2 hours left to read of that, so I should definitely finish it. Then I've got to start How We Go in the Dark, which is our book club pick for September. I still need to think of a name. I will think of one. But yes, I'm going to go now because this has been the longest little catch up ever. But the vlog has properly started now that I am less stressed. Good morning, my beautiful people. It is Saturday, and ignore the clock behind me because that has never been right pretty much since that went on the wall. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's a fine Saturday morning. It's not, it actually looks disgusting outside. The weather looks terrible. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of cleaning my glasses. But yes, I've hopped on because I'm up this early. I am in the middle of reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold, this one, and where the bookmark is not where I am. That's where I stopped reading physically before I changed the Kindle. So I am wanting to finish the rest Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Got about 2 hours left. I could be finished by about 8:30, 8:45 if I put my mind to it, which is terribly exciting because then I've still got the rest of the day. But let's do a little reading challenge, shall we? Last couple of weekends I've done a reading challenge and I've been successful. Last week I think I did 4 hours, and then I think the weekend before it was 5. But I want to set a challenge of reading for 6 hours today. Now that might be a little bit ambitious, but if I knocked out at least 4 of them like before 12 p.m, then that means I only have 2 left for like the rest of the day. And Daniel works on a Saturday, so this is like perfect time. But I also do all the cleaning and all the washing on a Saturday. So I need to try and combine all of that together and do 6 hours reading. And I've got to watch Sex Education Series 4 because that is now on Netflix. Daniel's not watched it, so I'm going to be watching that one on my own. So yeah, it's a lot to try and compile into a Saturday. But let's go do this and start that timer. Some time has passed. I have finished before the coffee gets cold. I really enjoyed the 3rd and 4th of the story. So basically the book is in 4 parts, and it's like 4 different stories surrounding the cafe and the people that go to sit in the seat to go back in the past or go back in the future. And the 3rd and 4th story kind of brought it all together, and I predicted that that was going to happen, but I still really enjoyed it. I loved the way it was executed. So I gave it 4 stars. The first 2 stories I wasn't a massive fan of, but I feel like the author was just trying to find their feet so that you fully understood the cafe before the impact of the 3rd and 4th story hit you. So it was really well done. So that is book 53 of the year done, I believe. How I have done that, I have no idea, but that is a thing that I have done. My reading goal is 60, so that means I've only got 7 left for the year, and that's crazy considering it's like the middle of September. Well, nearing the end of September, but still. It is 10:49. I'm away to go jump in the shower, but the next book I'm starting is How High We Go in the Dark, and this is exciting because the book club now officially has a name. It is the Society of Spines book club, and I've made a Twitter. You can find it at Society of Spines, and that'll be where all the information for the live show and everything is. And if you don't know, the live show for this is on the 6th of October at 7:30 p.m. UK time. So I'm going to get this started today after my shower because I don't have a huge amount of time left to read it, and I want to get that read. So yeah, I'm really excited. The book club has a name. This is the 2nd month I've been doing the book club, so it has been nameless for the last 2 months, but finally we have a name. But today I've got quite a lot of filming I need to do. I want to do a video with recommendations for spooky season because spooky season is coming up and I'm very excited. Autumn is like my favourite time of the year, so I'm very excited about that. And then I also want to post October's book club pick for the Society of Spines because I want everyone to have enough time who wants to take part to either get the book from the library or to see if they've got their book on their shelf, or if they would like to go out and buy it if it's something that they've wanted to read for a long time. So it's really difficult kind of deciding what to read for the next month, and it's been 2 shorter books for the months of August and September, so I want to kind of maybe try and keep it like under 400 pages because I feel like that's not as overwhelming for me. I'm a slow reader and I find it quite difficult to read like a 600-700 page book in a month if I know I've got to read it, whereas if it's under 400 pages I'm like, okay, that's fine, it feels more manageable. So I want to kind of keep the book picks manageable and not overwhelm anyone. So I will be looking into that today, but for now I'm away to go shower and then start reading How High We Go in the Dark. I forgot to mention how the challenge is going because this morning I set myself a challenge of reading for 6 hours today. So far I've read for 1 hour and 47 minutes, so I still have a long way to go, but I am well on my way. Good morning, my beautiful people. It is Sunday and it is 6:17. Set myself a reading challenge yesterday and failed dramatically. I basically didn't read again since I last checked images, but last night I seem to have got like this big spur of energy, and ever since I left my old job, I don't have monitors and things on my desk anymore that I needed for that job. And ever since then, I just haven't got round to tidying my desk or like sorting it out. But then last night, I decided I'll sort out my desk so it's nice so I can sit at it. And then it just became a whole like 3-hour process. I was taking books off bookshelves and doing all this stuff. But I'm so happy with that area, so I did put a clip of that in not long before this. I'm so out of breath today, I don't know why. I feel like I'm a bit full of the cold, which is awesome. But yeah, I am gonna do some reading because I suck. Maybe my little challenge should be 6 hours over the space of the weekend, but then that's still quite a lot to do today. But I'm away to go start How High We Go in the Dark. I was gonna start that yesterday, but I did not. So I'm gonna go put on some I think it's called like low hip hop hi-fi background noise on YouTube, because I seem to read really well to that, or Dark Academia. Might put on Dark Academia. I absolutely love that. I listen to that in my headphones when I'm reading. But yeah, I'm gonna make a cup of tea, pop that on, get some reading done, and then it's gonna be a pretty lazy day today. I need to go and see Holly later on, but it's not gonna be a hectic day because I just don't want to. Oh, I just noticed that cupboard's got a big gap. Anyway, I'm gonna go and investigate that off camera and find out what's going on with that. Some time has passed. I have read 21% of How High We Go in the Dark, and that book is sad. So sad. That is not what I was expecting. But anyways, yeah, so just a little update that is not book related, but for those of you that have followed like my smear journey and like the surgery and stuff that I got at the beginning of the year in February, I had like another smear and a biopsy done in August of this year. So like about 5 weeks ago. And yesterday I got a letter in the post saying that had all come back normal and that I'm now on a schedule of getting a smear done every 3 years. So everything has been eradicated from that area and it is now no longer there. And I had something called HPV, and that is also gone, which is amazing because for someone that's got an autoimmune condition and cannot get rid of like things like HPV because your body just struggles so much to get rid of bad stuff in your body, it's amazing that it's gone. And it's the nicest feeling to know that something that has been like hanging over my head like a black cloud for so long, since February, since the results came back, well, November, I got this smear done. I didn't really think about it. I was starting to worry about the results taking really long, and everybody else that I knew that went and got one, it was coming back quicker. But then obviously in February when I went and I got them removed, I always had this kind of black cloud floating around me thinking, what if it comes back? What if it's still there? What if it's not taking everything away? Even though after the operation and everything got removed, it said that it had clear margins around it, there was still always that fear that the next smear test would come back and it would say that something else had been found, and I would have to go through that surgery and that whole process all over again. But I am so thankful that that is not the case, and that really was not what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be a constant battle with HPV and just never being able to get rid of it, and getting to the stage that I was having to think about whether, if I wanted to have kids, if that option was going to be taken away from me. And it was quite a stressful negative place to be in my mindset, and it was really difficult to get out of it because it was just constantly taking over in my head, and little things would remind me about it, and I'd be like, oh, I wonder when my results and stuff are going to come. So it's such a relief, and I just wanted to update you all and let you know that thankfully I am back to like a 3-year cycle like most people who have normal smears and things. So I'm just so glad that journey is over for the next 3 years. But if you're putting off a smear test because you think it's uncomfortable, you don't like having to get your clothes off in the doctors and stuff, it takes 2 minutes. The smear test alone takes less time than it does to take your bottom half of your clothes off to get it done. I was one of those who decided, oh, I'll book it later, it's not that important. It is so important, and if I didn't have someone say to me and tell me their story, their smear story, it would not have maybe ended in the same way that it did now. Like, I could have maybe not been here in like 10 years time because I would never have went to go get it done. So everyone, please, 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 who has a cervix, no matter where you are, please make sure you get a smear test done and you go to all your regular ones. And if any of them come back abnormal, please follow up on them because it is so important. Hello, my beautiful people. It is Sunday at 5:18. Daniel is also here, but he is in the background. Daniel, what are you reading just now?
Mostly Harmless.
Which is the 5th in the Douglas Adams series?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
And then that's that done.
But you don't have much left of that, do you?
I know. Well, about 40 pages.
You're going to finish that today?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then starting a new book.
Mm-hmm. What are you starting?
What you're reading?
How High We Go in the Dark. I have not done any reading since I last spoke to you. I am on 21% of How High We Go in the Dark. I also have only read for like an hour and 30 minutes or something today. So this week's reading has not been huge. We finished Before the Coffee Gets Cold, gave it 4 stars. And How High We Go in the Dark, that's sitting at a strong 5-star already, but we'll have to wait and see how the story plays out. But I just want to come on and end the vlog early so that I can get this edited and uploaded, so that's one less stress for a Sunday evening. Next week's plans is the 2nd week of my new job, and hopefully we'll have no problems getting there. And yeah, I will hopefully finish How High We Go in the Dark. The live show for that is on the 6th of October at 7:30, so remember to put that in your calendars. Also, the book club has a name. It is the Society of Spines, which is on Twitter, so if you would like to follow that, then please do. And yeah, that is all I have to say. It's been a pretty good week, and I will see you all next time, same place. Bye bye.